What's up, everybody? It's Jared with Capture the Magic, and one of the new things that is coming to Disney World is one of the later things that they actually announced last year, which is the Disney Animation Academy that is coming to Hollywood studios. There hasn't been a lot of details about this, but Disney did release some more details today about what this experience is going to be, what it's going to include, and what it's not going to include, which myself and probably many other people are not going to be very thrilled to hear about, as well as it's probably featuring one of the least favorite actors I can think of out there. But either way, we're going to go through this, see what is going to be included in this, what we can expect, and what we are not going to be able to expect out of this. We're going to talk about it, get some thoughts on it, see what all this is. All right, this is from Blog Mickey, and it says Animation Academy coming to Hollywood studios, hosted by Olaf the Snowman. If you weren't tired of Olaf, there's going to be plenty more of him. Walt Disney World has announced new details about the Animation Academy experience coming to Disney's Hollywood studios this year. At Olaf Draws, guests will be able to take an animation drawing class led by the lovable snowman himself, and here are the announced details. So step into a new Animation Academy experience with Olaf Draws, where everyone's favorite snowman, not mine, but I guess some people's, takes center stage as your cheerful host. With his signature warmth, optimism, and playful humor, Olaf invites guests of all ages to explore the art of character drawing. Brought to life as an all-new audio animatronics figure, Olaf welcomes you into a space inspired by one of the most memorable moments from Once Upon a Studio, sitting at an animator's desk, joyfully discovering the art of drawing. Stepping into a reimagined animator's studio with playful nods to Frozen, guests of all ages are invited to sit down and learn to draw. Young animators in the making can spark their creativity at sleigh-themed tables, while animator desk-style workstations invite kids at heart to feel as though they've stepped right into the studio. And they do have a video about this that we will take a look at right here.
I'm Dan Abraham. I'm a story artist and director at Walt Disney Animation Studios.
And I'm Danny Hankey. I'm a senior creative director at Walt Disney Imagineering.
And together we are
the Dans.
I guess it's better than the Bobs, maybe?
Okay, Dan, I'm ready to draw.
Oh. I might be the only one here. I cannot stand Josh Gad. I don't understand why he's famous. I don't understand. I don't get the allure. Olaf's okay. I don't know what it is. I might be in the complete minority. Josh Gad's voice, it does something. I don't really know. It puts me in a dark place.
Oh, darkness, my old friend.
I just don't like Josh Gad. He's probably a nice guy. No clue about him. Just what is presented, I can't say I'm a fan.
This new area is the Walt Disney Studios. There's so many different elements within this attraction. You've got the Olaf Draws area, where people are going to be able to learn how to draw different Disney characters from Disney artists.
You know, we have an audio animatronic Olaf in the room with us. Well, Olaf we see in Once Upon a Studio.
I love that there's this animatronic.
Now, what you're going to notice, and we'll go over a little bit more here in a second, there are no live animators in this. And I think that is taking away a very important aspect of what I personally have enjoyed about these, I guess you could say, drawing classes they've done over the years. This is nothing new at Disney, but before you always had a live, like an actual Disney animator that walked you through how to do these things. And now it's all going to be automated through an animatronic and a video featuring different, and they'll go through like featuring different artists, which, I mean, you are still getting an actual artist that has worked on Disney projects to show you how to draw some of these characters. But I think the thing that made the animation experience really cool was the fact that you were getting like firsthand. You can just see somebody doing it in front of you. And then a lot of times afterwards, you could go up and talk to them if you wanted to. Like, I never did that, but I saw people that did do that. And I think this just takes away an aspect of what made this experience like really cool. And now it kind of just seems a little soulless. Like, now you've just taken this really intimate, cool little experience, and now it's just another thing that's void of personality or any sort of personal touch, and now it's just all an animatronic and pre-played videos. I can't say I'm a huge fan of that, personally speaking.
Olaf that you guys have created, that he's just like he was in the short. Like he's sitting at that animation table.
But Olaf is learning with us.
I have absolutely no idea how to draw, mostly because I'm a snowman.
I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
The attention to detail is amazing.
My hope is that that magic becomes even more elevated in terms of the kind of experience you get by sitting this close to this incredible piece of technology that feels real, that looks real, that hopefully sounds authentic.
You've got
You know what actually is real? An actual animator sitting there and animating. Listen, my disdain for Josh Gad aside, I'm not saying this experience won't be good. Again, I'm not going to make any, like, oh, this is going to be terrible sort of thing. I'll wait until I do it to see what it's like. But just, from it on its face here, I do not like the idea of you've removed a part of this that I think was a really cool aspect of it.
veterans there that had worked on Aladdin. You've got Eric Goldberg teaching people how to draw the genie. Like, he's the guy that drew the genie.
Hi, Olaf. Good to see you. Cold enough in here for you?
And there's other artists that have worked on Encanto and Zootopia and Moana and the Frozen films.
We have so many different drawing classes with so many amazing, talented artists. And Olaf is so funny.
Wait, the guy who drew Olaf teaching Olaf how to draw Olaf? Wow, we are way beyond the looking glass here, people.
You know, and he's learning how to draw Mickey Mouse or whoever it is right alongside you. If you have an artistic bone in your body and you're enthusiastic about being a Disney animator, like, you're going to learn a little bit here as well and have fun too.
Goodbye, all of you fantastic artists. Remember, keep drawing, preferably me, or whatever.
Again, I'm glad this type of experience is coming back. And like, for myself speaking, I've always enjoyed art and drawing. My daughter's the same way. So this is something I think that is a good thing that's coming back. It's very reminiscent of what Hollywood Studios always was. I mean, the thing about that is, before it was really cool about a Disney animator is showing you how to draw some of these things. Like, that's a cool thing. I mean, to be honest, you could go on YouTube and watch drawing tutorials that you can follow along with, that you can pause at any moment. Like, you can have a better, in my opinion, in this type of setting, you can have much more of a personalized experience watching somebody else do it at home versus going into a theme park to watch yet another pre-recorded thing to go along with. Again, I know it's not the whole experience. It could be really good. There's going to be other stuff along with this, I'm sure, but I don't like the human element yet again being taken away from something in the theme parks. You are going to be able to draw Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck, Genie, Moana, Stitch, Olaf, Ursula, Judy Hopps, and Nick Wilde. You do have some really good Disney animators involved that are doing these pre-recorded videos. So, I mean, you are getting some good artists doing this. It's just kind of missing that human element. And Blog Mickey has another article here talking about the removal of live artists from new Disney World Animation Academy experience draws backlash. I did not think I'd be the only one that thought this. Said earlier today, it was announced that the Animation Academy experience would be returning to Disney's Hollywood Studios as part of the magic of Disney animation. The magic of Disney animation is itself a part of the rethemed animation courtyard area into a Walt Disney Studios lot-themed area. While the return of the Animation Academy would typically be a very welcome one, the story doesn't stop there. As it turns out, Disney is planning on removing live artists from the reimagined Animation Academy experience, drawing backlash from the fan community. Says with the announcement that the live artists wouldn't be part of the experience, it appears that the only drawing being done these days is drawing backlash. Disney's social media posts, particularly on Facebook, have no shortage of fans sharing their disappointment that live artists were removed from the offering. As Disney likes to say, cast members are the magic, so removing a live artist for a pre-recorded video seems like a step in the wrong direction for the guest experience, but a win for the Yield management team. I mean, undoubtedly, I think this probably comes down to labor costs, union stuff. Like, to me, this screams cost-cutting maneuver. And that's very unfortunate, because this is something that has been talked about as removing a lot of these things that were the things that made Disney very unique and special. A lot of it was the cast members and the things that they could do for you. And I do think this is going to be a trend unless we see something that changes this. As time goes on, you're going to see less and less, cast member guest interactions because cast members cost money, and labor costs are something they're trying to definitely cut down on. And that's before you even get into talking about AI. Now, I don't know if AI is going to be involved in this part, but you're probably going to see less and less of that as time goes on, because you're going to have more implementation of automated things involving AI and other systems. To be fair, it is cool to have some really big names doing the recordings, but there was something extra special about watching a character come to life right before your eyes at the hands of a talented cast member in the room with you. Completely agree. Completely agree. The animation experience at Disney's Animal Kingdom is now permanently closed as Disney begins construction on a Bluey takeover. That means that the final daily live artist drawing at Walt Disney World has concluded rather unceremoniously. Disney typically does offer a live artist animation academy at the seasonal Epcot Festival of the Arts, and as luck would have it, today is the final day of the Epcot Festival of the Arts, and the final day that live artists will be present at Walt Disney World daily or seasonally. It's unclear if the Animation Academy will return for the next 2027 version of the Festival of the Arts, as Disney hasn't announced details for next year's festival. It says, we are saddened by the removal of live artists. It is likely too late for Disney to reconsider, and while we're always excited for new audio animatronics at the theme parks, we have to wonder if this was too high a cost for this particular experience. It would have been extra magical to watch a live artist interact with Olaf on the same stage, and our hope is that Disney retools the experience in the future to bring back live animators to a theme park with such a rich history of animation. So yeah, like I said, I don't like removing the live artist. That was a really cool aspect of it. And there is something really cool about, like, my uncle was a really good artist. I remember as a kid, I'd be like, hey, draw me Batman. And watching him draw Batman, like, in front of me was one of the coolest things. It's like, you're just watching, it's like watching Bob Ross paint. It's like, you just see something, you're like, how is this going to work? And you're like, oh, and it comes together. It's really cool. And it can still be cool to see somebody do that on a video, but you're losing that special thing of seeing it right in front of you, like live, like something edited that's replayed over and over again. Yeah, you know how that's going to turn out, but watching somebody actually go through the steps with you, and a lot of times they can pause it. If you had questions, like, they didn't really take questions a lot, but I mean, if you did get stuck or something, you could say, hey, what about this, this, and this, and things like that. And then, like I said, afterwards as well, sometimes you could talk with them if you really wanted more, information. If you want to know, hey, how do you do this? What's your style for this? You're just removing yet another human element of the theme parks. And I don't think that's a good move, nor a good look. And to be honest, the whole Olaf thing, I think is just gimmicky. I know these new animatronics, it probably looks great. Mind you, my disdain for Josh Gad aside, I don't really understand what Olaf is bringing to this experience, given that if you're going to go do this, you want to be able to, like, kind of see an artist do these things. You try and do it yourself. I don't really understand what Olaf is doing in here other than some cheap laughs and just say, hey, Olaf's in here as a substitute for an actual animator doing this. Maybe they're trying to bring more of they figured more of an appeal would be an Olaf animatronic versus just somebody drawing things, which they have had that in the parks before, and it isn't necessarily a huge draw just to have a Disney animator. Perhaps that's their thinking there. I, though, personally think you could have both. You could have the Olaf animatronic in there and an actual animator. You could have something sort of like the Turtle Talk with Crush, where they actually have live interaction with each other. You'd probably lose the Josh Gad element of it, which I'd be totally fine with. But I don't know. I'm not saying this is going to be bad. I'm not saying it's going to be a bust, but so for this new announcement coming out, and I'm sure Disney was anticipating people being really excited about this. It's yet another animatronic that's debuting to not the best feedback, I would say. And hopefully, now, maybe under Josh D'Amaro, maybe he does hear this feedback more. Again, he is very heavily involved in the theme parks. Maybe he hears the feedback and makes some changes here. I wouldn't hold my breath necessarily. But I suppose there's a hope for that in the future. But as it stands now, the Animation Academy is not going to have live artists, which I think is a major, major disappointment. Then you throw in the fact that you're going to have Josh Gad and Olaf in here, which I don't think is a plus for this. I'm sure for some people it will be, but for myself and the ages my kids are at now, and the Frozen stuff is kind of behind them, which I'm very happy about. But, we'll see what else they have with this. I'm sure there's going to be other things about this, but I was really looking forward to this live animation type thing coming back in here. Is this what used to be in this park? And that was always such a really cool thing as a kid, just being able to, like, really see that. Like, I think of it through the eyes of a kid, and seeing somebody actually draw something in front of you that turns out how great it can turn out is a really cool experience. And I just think that's kind of it's kind of being lost here a little bit. But I suppose in the modern days here, can't be too surprised by this, as I do think it's just a cost-cutting maneuver, not having to pay animators, not having to pay more cast members, and trying to get by as probably cheaply as they can do this. I feel like a lot of this stuff, and we talk about this with video games too, coming into the theme parks, like Fortnite in the Disney parks, that you're going to be able to interact with Fortnite. If I wanted to play Fortnite, I could play Fortnite at home. I don't necessarily want to go to a theme park to then play or interact with Fortnite, unless it's going to be like how the Super Nintendo World is in Epic Universe and things like that. That's different because you're actually stepping into it physically. It's a different representation of what I feel like Disney's kind of teased at these things. So a lot of these things that they're thinking of and presenting are a lot of these things that, to me, remove a lot of the things that made Disney parks very unique and special. And now you're kind of automating that process, which again is going to continue to ramp up with AI and all these other things that are coming to the future. So, unless there's something that there's major pushback by the audiences, they definitely see people not interested in these type of things with these sort of, non-cast member interactions. Would they then bring it back? That's the only thing that would bring this back if they really had negative response to it. It didn't get off to a hit like they want. But, if they have their way, this is the type of thing they're going to do going forward because it's cheaper. They can make this go through much quicker. And that is probably the thinking here, unfortunately. But we'll see if there's any other developments about this. What else is going to be coming to the Animation Academy area and when the official opening date is and all these different things like that. But for now, that is going to be it, though, for this video. So if you like this video, please like it and subscribe to the channel as we do all this coverage here of Universal Studios, Epic Universe, Disney World, and pop culture. And let us know in the comments what do you think about all this. And until next time, we will see you in the parks.
Thank you.